Right now on APSU-TV, a fatal shooting on McGregor Road, community attacked by charity scams, Special Olympians take the plunge. Kirby Wallace, where were you during the manhunt? And APSU professors address the reality of domestic violence. Plus, local sports, weather, and more. APSU-TV News starts right now.
Good morning, Clarksville. I'm Meghann Stamps.
And I'm Victoria Bolkcom. With temperatures more up and down than textbook prices, let's start taking a look at local weather with Karina.
Thanks, Victoria. It's been such a crazy weather week. We've had record high temperatures, winter is back, and a decent amount of flooding. We're expected to get even more rain. The Associated Press reports that there has been at least one fatality and several other injured due to recent flooding. The Cheatham County Sheriff's Office has confirmed the death on Facebook, while Nashville's Emergency Operations Center kept people informed on Twitter on overnight rescues. So just to remember, turn around, don't drown during this record rainfall. Now, back to Victoria with more local news.
Police investigated a criminal homicide on the 4,000th block of McGregor Road around 6 at night last Friday. The victim approached the passenger side of Matthias Dudley's car with Dudley opened fire. The victim attempted to flee. Dudley pursued and continued to shoot until fatally wounding the victim. Police caught Dudley, and he is being held without bond.
Kirby Wallace, accused of 2 counts of murder, pled not guilty to all charges in court on Friday. Wallace was captured in October after a week-long manhunt through the deep woods of Stewart County. In addition to first-degree murder, he was charged with especially aggravated kidnapping, especially aggravated robbery, aggravated burglary, and a number of other crimes. Wallace appeared in Montgomery County Court last Friday, where he denied all 11 indictments.
Clarksville police are warning citizens to watch out for text messages that appear to be from local churches asking for help for cancer patients. Detectives say a local woman received texts that appeared to be from a Clarksville area church asking her to buy iTunes cards for people with cancer. Police say the woman bought 7 cards at $25 each and followed the directions in the text. It turns out church officials never made the request, and the victim lost $175.
The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence reports that in the United States, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner. During 1 year, this equates to more than 10 million women and men suffering abuse. I got the chance to hear what our professors had to say last Thursday about this issue.
APSU's President's Emerging Leader program hosted a Real Talk workshop to combat today's domestic violence statistics. Austin Peay Communications professors Dr. Hicks Goldston and Dr. Richard spoke in the Honors Commons about the danger of domestic violence misrepresentation in social media.
Often we act like the abuse is the woman's fault, that this is her problem to be solved. This is something she should take care of because obviously she must have for some reason brought this on herself.
Dr. H.G. warned about the dangers of movies that glorify females retaliating against their abusers.
It's not realistic, it's also not really supportive, and it's not something that's going to help these women figure out how to get out of this situation or offer them viable alternatives.
Dr. Richard spoke on media representation of domestic violence cases and the importance of interviews that paint victims and abusers in proper light.
A lot of times, if you have somebody who has been a victim previously, they become an advocate in the community, and they're willing to talk openly about experiences and about how even the case being covered in the news affects them.
Even though people may be more aware that domestic abuse happens and that domestic abuse is still an ongoing problem in this country, we still don't see enough about it and we still don't talk enough about it.
The APSU Student Handbook states APSU will not tolerate sexual assault, domestic violence, dating violence, or stalking in any form. Such acts of violence are prohibited by APSU policy as well as state and federal laws. You can leave an anonymous tip to Campus Police through the Live Safe app. Up next, our polar plunge and weather continues with Karina. Travis Rankin, the man accused of killing 4 people in a mass shooting in a Nashville Waffle House last year, currently faces 17-count indictments. According to a Davidson County criminal court document, Travis Rankin was indicted on charges that include first-degree murder. The day of the crime, Rankin came into the Waffle House and opened fire outside of the restaurant with an assault-style rifle. A patron wrestled the rifle away from Rankin, which likely prevented many more deaths. Rankin was ordered to receive treatment for schizophrenia, but was deemed competent enough to appear in court.
Special Olympics Tennessee is celebrating a major donation from last week's Polar Plunge here at Austin Peay's Foy Fitness and Recreation Center. The Special Olympics Facebook page reports more than 50 people took the plunge last Saturday. 2 local athletes, Lee Gills and Michelle Mosley, were among the participants. They took the plunge in memory of beloved family members Bob Fremmel, John Mosley, respectively. Mr. Mosley was an honored faculty member here in the Communications Department at APSU for many years. The effort raised more than $10,000 for the Special Olympics. Now for more local weather, let's head over to Karina Lavoie.
Hi guys, good afternoon. All I want to say, if you go outside and you look out your window, do not believe what the sun says. Just like your ex that try to come back and say that they changed, they haven't, because it's still super cold. Right now, our national temperatures are, in Chicago, we have 17 degrees. Up in New York, we have 49, and down in Atlanta, it's 53. Currently, in Dallas, we have 43, Denver is 36, Los Angeles 61, and Seattle up there is 37. Next, we have today's highs. Unfortunately, Clarksville only high is 33 degrees. Nashville's 37, Chattanooga 46, Knoxville 45, and Memphis over here 37. Today's lows currently are Clarksville at 19 degrees, Nashville 23, Chattanooga 30, Knoxville 26, and Memphis 24. Current temperature right now is 33 degrees with north-northwest winds at 12 miles per hour. With tonight's temperatures at 20 degrees with winds at north-northwest at 10 miles per hour with only 0% participation. So that's good if you're going out, you won't need an umbrella. Now for today's 5-day weather forecast. Are you ready for this? Because we're about to experience 4 different kinds of season in 1 week. You guys excited? Because I'm excited. I love Tennessee weather. So on Friday today, we have mostly sunny with a high of 34, a low of 20. Saturday is partly cloudy with a high of 42, a low of 31. Too low for snow, unfortunately. But on Sunday, we have rain, you know, our favorite here in Tennessee, because we just need extra more rain, with a high of 45, a low of 43. And on Monday, yep, you guessed it, more rain, with a high of 55, a low of 53. And then on Tuesday, go ahead and take a guess. It's more rain, with only AM showers though, with a high of 59 and a low of 35. Still ahead, we have Zach Pugh with Political Corner and Brice Bement with Sports. APSU-TV News will be right back.
Welcome back. Now for Political Corner, let's head over to Zach Pugh.
Thanks, Victoria. There was a lot for social media to take from the State of Union Tuesday night, and we're not talking about the actual speech. Reactions from lawmakers stole the show during the president's big address. Brooke Baldwin gives us some of the highlights.
The state of our union is strong.
The union is also in disagreement. It was a night of standing, sitting, head shaking, and perhaps calling BS. But for a moment, it appeared the two sides could agree on something.
No one has benefited more from our thriving economy than women.
So many women lawmakers in white seizing on the president's words. Despite chants of USA, this was no bipartisan picnic. While the Republicans felt the burn in their quads, the other side seemed to sink deeper into their chairs as President Trump tapped into some of the more polarizing issues dividing the chamber.
Large, organized caravans are on the march to the United States.
As someone in the crowd groans, Speaker Pelosi raises her hand, signaling to keep calm. A number of 2020 Democratic contenders let their body language do the talking. There was the smirk, the side eye, the pen tap, and the deep sigh. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand wasted no time fundraising on the moment, tweeting even before the speech was over. And then came the clap seen around the world.
And embrace the boundless potential of cooperation, compromise, and the common good.
Was the applause sarcastic or sincere? Only Speaker Pelosi knows for sure. But those who stayed up late, all 82 minutes, it was one of the more memorable moments of the night.
The state of Tennessee has put in legislation that could legalize medical marijuana. We took time to walk around campus and ask students what they think about legalizing cannabis.
I think we should both pass recreational and medical.
Okay.
Definitely, most definitely. Yeah, that's it.
Personally, I would advocate for both because medical marijuana has many advances in the field of science. A lot of kids who have seizures can benefit from the uses of the THC oil and the CBD to help with all their issues.
I'm fine with both. I think both recreational and medical, mainly because medical, it can help so many other people out.
I just go ahead and make it legal, and it saves people out of jail, death row inmates for it. It just makes it easier on the taxpayers because we get more tax from it.
I'm totally okay with medical marijuana.
I don't think that marijuana should be a class 1 drug. It's not as severe as all the other ones. Nobody has died from it. There's not any adverse effects as far as science has seen. So I would say I'd advocate for both.
I am a fan of the medical marijuana being passed. I'm not opposed to recreational, but I'm particularly a fan of medical.
With medicinal, it can help a lot more. It has better health boundaries. Recreational, they can help relieve stress.
I know that it has a lot of advantages that other drug options may not have for certain people, and there's like very few disadvantages that have been found.
I heard about that. I'm okay with both, to be honest. I don't see a problem with it, as long as we're not doing it on campus, obviously.
Still ahead, Brice Bement tells us what's happening in the world of sports. APSU-TV News will be right back.
Now for what's happening in sports, let's head over to Brice Bement for a look at your Gov Sports update.
Thanks, Victoria. Now, the Austin Peay men's basketball team is currently standing in first in the Ohio Valley Conference play. The Govs beat Jacksonville State on the road 74-71. The Govs were able to lead 39-31 at halftime with point guard Steve Harris scoring 11 points in the first half. Towards the end of the game, Austin Peay had possession with around 21 seconds left. Graduate student Jabari McGee drove towards the basket, getting the bucket while being fouled in the process. And as they say, free throws wins games. McGee made his and one from the free throw line, putting the Govs up by one basket with 21 seconds left. The Gamecocks did not go down without a fight, and with a missed three-pointer from Jacksonville State, the Govs grabbed the rebound and took the victory. Once again, sophomore Terry Taylor led for Austin Peay with 30 points in the game, making this his fourth 30-point night of the season. Now on to Austin Peay women's basketball team. They were not able to get the same results as the men's team. After a cold day of shooting from the field, APSU lost 67-56 to Jacksonville State University. The The Gamecocks played a terrific defense, making it difficult for the Govs to find open shots from the field. Senior Michaela Campbell recently returned for Austin Peay after being out with injury, helping the Govs out late in the first. Austin Peay will play Eastern Illinois tomorrow at 1:30 at the home in the Dunn Center. Now, the APSU women's tennis team is currently on a 5-0 tear so far this season. The Govs recently won on Tuesday, beating Cumberland 7-0. Twin duos Lydia Yanis Garcia and Claudia Yanis Garcia finished #1 in doubles. The twins also finished first and second in singles, as well, with Lydia Yanis Garcia in the first singles spot. The Govs will play again tomorrow at 11 a.m. at home against Central Arkansas, so make sure to go check that out. After a rocky start to the season, APSU men's tennis team got their first win against Cumberland. The Govs won 6-1 with #1 doubles on Montes Ozelius and on Anton Damberg, winning 6-2. Austin Peay also won the #2 and #3 doubles. Ozelius remained in the #1 spot for singles, as well as winning his match in the last 2 sets. The Govs will play again today at 2 p.m. against IUPUI at home. That's all we have for sports. APSU-TV News will be right back.
A new program sponsored by Austin Peay State University is looking to improve the environment at a local park. Around 50 volunteers showed up in Dunbar Cave State Park recently to take part in the Southeastern Grasslands Initiative. Program Director Dr. Dwayne Estes said the goal of the program is to restore the grasslands area of the park by getting rid of non-native invasive plants. One volunteer says she enjoyed getting out in the warmer weather to help out.
I just love being out in nature, and then I've been following the grassland, the CGI. I've been following that, and then and I'm on the email list. So they sent out the email that they were doing this, and I thought, well, I'll go out and help.
With Valentine's Day coming up, chocolate is more in demand now than ever. The city of Clarksville held its annual chocolate affair Saturday at the Wilma Rudolph Event Center. The city hosted 16 local vendors and held 2 sessions. Children attended the afternoon session and adults attended the evening session. A jazz band played all day and attendees could purchase wine glasses for $6.
You can enjoy free jazz and Brazilian music at the Maybury Hall next week. APSU and the Center of Excellence for the Creative Arts will be hosting the annual Guitar Fest, February 11th through the 13th. The event will be held in Maybury Hall in the Mass Music Communication Building. This event will feature guest artists, concerts, and workshops. Workshops are in the afternoons and the concerts are in the evening. For more information, check out apsu.edu.
The Postal Service honors the nation's brave and loyal military working dogs with a new booklet for 20 stamps. Each block of stamps features German Shepherds, Labrador Retrievers, Belgian Malinois, and Dutch Shepherds. These dogs commonly serve in America's armed forces. The art was created by DKNG Studios. Art director Greg Breeding designed the stamps.
What do you think? Would you buy a pack?
I mean, do they have corgis? That's all I want to know. Do they have the corgis? I know
That's the deal breaker.
Yeah, they're not military dogs, but they should be.
Sadly, no, because they don't serve in the forces yet.
Yet. The cuddle forces.
I don't think that'd be a very attack dog type of, it's a corgi.
Get him!
Like, love them to death.
I don't know. You can call me when the cat stamps come out.
Oh, yeah.
I got bit by a cat the other day. I'm not a cat fan right now.
Oh, not right now, so we were a cat fan before.
No, honestly, not too much, but we have a couple stray cats by our house, so we'd always pet them. And the one bit me the other day, and I actually had to go get checked. And I think I'm all good. No shots.
Good?
I'm all good.
Right.
No, I'm not the biggest fan of cats anymore.
So you're going to stick to the dog stamp book?
Yeah, probably the dog stamp book for
They
sure.
need to add Chihuahua to the attack dog stamp book. That's all I'm going to say.
You're right.
Guitar Fest, guys. I don't know if you guys know about this or not. This is a jazz musician thing, and it's just awesome to be able to hear all these types of musicians come together. So I hope you guys can make that out and come see all these different types of guitars, all these different types of musicians attending this type of stuff. So
Yeah, it sounds like a good event. I would love to know how to play guitar, but I took piano for 2 years when I was a kid, but after that, my musical talent just got axed.
Hey, I understand that completely, trust me.
I tried to learn how to play guitar once too, but it was not the best.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. Be sure to join us in the interaction by liking us on Facebook at APSU-TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV.
Thanks for watching another edition of your Gov News Weekend Update.
And as always,
let's go P!